Okay, that's pretty much got that part clean. And I like to use this break-free CLP stuff here. It's a cleaner, lubricant, preservative. You can get it in many different forms. I kind of like this just for this application where you can really control the drips and the drops and how much you put on there, because I think over lubricating is not a good thing either. So you want to have just the right amount of lubrication on this gun, otherwise it doesn't work well either. It doesn't like to be over lubricated. So just putting a few drops kind of just in the key spots here where there's metal, moving parts. Trying to keep it away from the plastic piece, which is this firing safety here. The safety is actually a piece of plastic. I don't like oil being around that, but I will oil the barrel a little bit on the outside. And just kind of smooth it out. Doesn't need a lot. Just kind of all of these moving parts here, like that. I like to put just a tad right there where the trigger is. Let it drip down in there. Wipe it all off clean. That pretty much takes care of that part. I'm actually going to put the spring back on the gun, and again the kind of the triple spring part towards the chamber side. Next thing I do is just take my Q-tips, and this is the only spot on the gun I'll use this gun scrubber. You gotta be careful with this gun scrubber. It actually will melt plastic and other parts like wood and stuff like that, so I wouldn't get this stuff near my Glock, but works good on just pure metal parts. So I'm going to spray that inside here and just kind of get all the little residue out of there. Doesn't take much. Just kind of clean it out, go down inside that little hole there, down where the firing pin goes, get it nice and dry. You don't want any lubricant down in that firing pin area. Clean it all out. Just get it nice and dry. That stuff dries, that gun scrubber dries nice and clean. It doesn't leave any, it's not an oil substance, and it's certainly not for preserving the gun and keeping it from rusting or anything like that. It's just simply a cleaner, which does a really good job. I use it for other things as well. It's almost dry already. It's really pretty clean. Use the other end of this, get the final little bit out. Just make sure I clean really good right around where that firing pin goes. Probably hard to see, but that's it. Nice and clean. Got it cleaned all the way down into there. A little fuzzy out of there from the Q-tip. Like that. Nice and clean. Not much to it. Let's take a rag, clean out the firing pin. And I probably shot 2,000 rounds through this gun, and you can see the firing pin. It still looks pretty good. It's not bad. Just clean off the little spring here. Not much to it. Not even dirty, really. This little plastic part. I think it's plastic. It might be aluminum. It's kind of hard to tell. It's pretty lightweight. If there's a part that's going to break, I'd say it's that part right there. Okay. Again, assemble this thing like that. It's pretty intuitive, really. Make sure you don't get the firing pin in, backwards or something. But okay, so now we've got the gun cleaned, slightly oiled, just in the right places. There is one more important part I almost forgot to tell you about, but I don't do every time, but I do occasionally. It's this load feed ramp right there that needs to be extra smooth and cleaned out. And what I use is this Blue Magic metal polish cream. I actually use it on my Harley Davidson motorcycle to clean it, and it does a really good job of polishing that up. Seems like once I started cleaning that and making it polished, then I stopped having problems with feeding it with feeds and failure of loads, things like that. So just take just a little bit of this Blue Magic stuff. A little bit goes a long ways on a Q-tip, and just stick in that little feed ramp area right there, and just put it in there and just polish the heck out of it so it's nice and shiny and smooth. And I don't put any oil in it or nothing, just leave it nice and shiny. like that. And just take this part here and just polish the heck out of that spot right there. Makes it really smooth, and boy, these little federals go right up in there. They just feed nice and smooth. You can see how shiny it's getting right now even. It's just, doesn't take much. That blue stuff is really good. It's a great little metal polish. And I also use that blue stuff on this too, because this used to be all blue, and I took all the bluing off because it's so scratched up from being in my pocket over the years. And I just shine it up with that blue stuff every time I'm done. And it keeps it nice and shiny. It gives it a nice little two-tone look. So that's all there is to that part. Now to put the gun back together again, really it's pretty simple. I just take the barrel part and put it down like this, the handgun part down here, slip the spring back in that spot. Just got to slip it down in there far enough to go past that where the firing pin goes. And then this part here, just take that and push that down right there with your finger. You don't need your special tool, the big pin. Just push it down like that. Doesn't take much. Just get it passed in there a little bit, right down into that spot, and just you can kind of feel it go down and just place there, like that. Okay, you can almost see where it goes too. Just your finger in there, just push it down a little bit, just kind of push down, and it kind of slides back into place. Now you can see that the gun is ready to go again. You can dry fire it, do it a couple of times. Make sure the cocking mechanism is working right. You can see that little pin there sticking out, showing it's in the cock position. Dry fire it. You can see that little cocking mechanism is not there any longer. So that's really all there is to cleaning one of these little guys. And again, I'll take some of this blue stuff and just put on my gun around this shiny part here, which I think this is probably on aluminum or maybe even pot metal or something. It's not a very good quality metal, but boy, it gets shiny with this blue stuff. It really looks good. It doesn't take much to do it either. That's really all there is to it. I don't do much with my clips at all. I just make sure they're clean and dry. Wipe them down. I don't put any oil or anything on those at all. You can see the gun is pretty clean, back together, working order like it's supposed to be. I keep my gun stored with it not cocked so that it doesn't end up causing any unnecessary wear on that spring. So that's the end of how to field strip and clean a little Jennings J22 pistol.